Just imagine the scene at the Allianz Arena in the early hours of June 1, 2025. The stadium lights blazing, the sea of red and white from Arsenal clashing against the blue of Barcelona under a storm of deafening cheers. Could this be the dream final all of Europe has been waiting for? A night where Arsenal dreams of rewriting the painful history of 2006, or once again Barcelona plays the villain, shattering the Gunners' hopes? This is more than just football. It is fate, it is a historical debt, it is the coming of age of two giants who were once bound by a shared philosophy. On one side, Arsenal, blazing back to life under the guiding hand of Mikel Arteta. On the other, Barcelona, pragmatic and cold-blooded, hardened by scars of the past. Will the night at Allianz Arena become a night of destiny in the grandest arena of European football? Before diving deeper into this incredible journey, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share to support our channel. And if you want to live every breathtaking football moment with us, head over to the Namgao Forum. The story between Arsenal and Barcelona reads like a gripping novel, filled with complex chapters, deep pain, and flickering hope. Back in 2006 at the Stade de France, Arsenal stepped into their first-ever Champions League final brimming with spirit. They even opened the scoring despite being down to 10 men after Jens Lehmann's red card. Yet in the final 15 minutes, Samuel Eto'o and Giuliano Belletti crushed their dream, leaving Arsenal heartbroken in a 2-1 defeat. That failure haunted a generation of Gunners, casting them as apprentices at the gates of glory, while Barcelona marched into a golden era with Champions League titles in 2009, 2011, and 2015. Since then, every time these two sides met, from the knockout rounds in 2010, 2011 to 2016, the script seemed set. Barcelona victorious, Arsenal defeated in heartbreak. But the 2025 season tells a very different story. Arteta's Arsenal are no longer the naive side from the days of Arsene Wenger. They just stunned Real Madrid, the 15-time European champions, with an astonishing 5-1 aggregate win in the quarter-finals. Bukayo Saka silenced the Bernabeu with a world-class finish. Declan Rice dismantled Madrid at the Emirates with 2 thunderous long-range strikes. Even the Opta supercomputer now ranks Arsenal as the #1 favorite for the trophy, with a 28.4% chance of lifting it. This Arsenal side has become a true defensive fortress, conceding just 0.58 goals per match in the Champions League, the second-best defensive record this season. But do not be fooled by their defensive solidity. Arsenal's attack has been on fire too, averaging 2.5 goals per game, second only to Barcelona. Arteta has sculpted a complete team, patient when needed but ruthlessly clinical when the moment demands. As for Barcelona, under Hansi Flick's leadership, the Catalan Giants have roared back to life. With 37 goals in 12 matches, averaging 3.8 goals per game, they are reviving memories of their golden days. Barcelona stands as the most fearsome attacking machine in this season's Champions League. Leading the charge is 17-year-old prodigy Lamine Yamal, who has been involved in 35 goals across all competitions. Alongside him, Rafinha, contributing to 50 goal involvements with 12 goals in the Champions League alone, has turned Barcelona's attack into a nightmare for any defense. Their 5-3 aggregate victory over Borussia Dortmund in the quarterfinals showed that even when their defense falters, their firepower is enough to bulldoze any opponent. However, Barcelona are not without their flaws. Conceding 17 goals in 12 matches is a worrying figure for any title contender. And that vulnerability is exactly what Arsenal, with their concrete-like defensive structure, will be eager to exploit. The clash between two contrasting styles, one side's dazzling attacking football against the other's sharp counter-attacking precision, promises to deliver one of the most thrilling showdowns in modern football history. Arsenal, once hailed by Andres Iniesta as the Barcelona of England, has been reborn under Mikel Arteta. If Hansi Flick's Barcelona inherited the DNA of tiki-taka fused with speed and explosiveness, then Arsenal today is the modern version, controlling when needed, pragmatic at the right moments, and unafraid to embrace physicality to secure victories. The journey to the final for both teams speaks volumes. Arsenal, after brushing aside PSV in the round of 16, shook Europe by knocking out Real Madrid. A 3-0 victory at the Emirates, featuring 2 world-class free kicks from Declan Rice and a goal from Mikel Merino, showcased a new, fearless Arsenal. Even at the Bernabeu, when Vinicius Jr. opened the scoring for Madrid, Arsenal remained composed, rallying back with goals from Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli to win 2-1. The red and white army no longer trembles before giants. Instead, they strike fear into their opponents. Barcelona, for their part, had been equally impressive. After easily dispatching Benfica 4-1 in the round of 16, they blew away Borussia Dortmund with a 4-0 first-leg hammering, flexing their terrifying attacking power. Although they lost 1-3 in the return leg, a 5-3 aggregate scoreline was enough to see them through to a semi-final clash against Inter Milan, the most defensively solid side this season. If predictions hold true, Barcelona are expected to clear that hurdle and set up a dream final against Arsenal. But why is this final being hailed as a dream showdown? It is not only because of the sheer quality on display, but also because of the deep historical meaning behind it. For Arsenal, this is a chance to erase the heartbreak of 2006 when they fell to Barcelona in their only Champions League final. For Barcelona, it is the golden opportunity to reaffirm their standing as a true powerhouse of European football after nearly a decade without lifting the silver trophy. And then there are the mouth-watering individual battles. Bukayo Saka, Arsenal's crown jewel, going toe-to-toe with Lamine Yamal, Europe's brightest young star. Declan Rice, the silent heart of Arsenal's midfield, set to face Frenkie de Jong, the brain behind Barcelona's engine room. On the touchline, Mikel Arteta, once a student of Pep Guardiola, will engage in a tactical duel against Hansi Flick, the mastermind who led Bayern Munich to the European Summit in 2020. These showdowns are not just contests of skill, but tests of nerve and burning ambition. Yet the road to glory is paved with obstacles. Arsenal will enter the final missing key players, most notably Gabriel Magalhaes, ruled out with a serious injury, forcing Yakub Kiwior to partner William Saliba, a massive test against Barcelona's deadly attack. On the other side, Barcelona must cope with a grueling fixture list, including a Copa del Rey final against Real Madrid just 3 days before their first semi-final clash against Inter Milan. If Alejandro Baldes fails to recover in time, Barcelona's flanks will be dangerously exposed against the blistering pace of Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli. It is precisely these adversities that make this potential final all the more compelling. It will not only be a clash of tactics and talent, but a true examination of resilience. Arsenal, hardened through brutal battles, could very well capitalize on Barcelona's defensive lapses. Conversely, should Arsenal lose focus even for a moment, Barcelona's lightning strike force has the ability to tear down any defense. If Arsenal and Barcelona both reach the final, current projections slightly favor Arsenal with a 28.4% chance of lifting the trophy compared to Barcelona's 22.4%. But statistics mean little in the searing heat of a historic clash. Just imagine the headlines already waiting. Arsenal avenges 2006. Saka challenges Lamine Yamal, Arteta versus Flick, the apprentice challenges the master. Every storyline carries the heavy weight of history, of heartbreak and rebirth, turning this match into the centerpiece of European football. Social media has already caught fire, with debates raging and excitement building ahead of kickoff. This is not merely a match for a trophy, it is a battle to redefine an entire generation. For Arsenal, it is a chance to break the curse of the past and prove they are no longer wide-eyed apprentices. For Barcelona, it is a moment to assert that they remain the standard-bearers of beautiful football, even as generations pass. Personally, while I have always admired the artistry of Barcelona, my heart leans toward Arsenal, for the journey they have endured, from crushing defeats to this moment where they are ready to step into the light. Regardless of the outcome, the Allianz Arena on June 1, 2025 will bear witness to a night for the ages. A final not just to crown a champion, but to etch an everlasting memory in the hearts of all who love this beautiful game. Where two of the finest football philosophies Europe has ever produced collide in one unforgettable night.